Hey there, everyone. Just getting started, making sure that this is all set up to stream. All right, let me just take a look. It looks like it's going. Yep, okay, we're good. Fantastic. Hi there. This is going to be short, I think. I never know. And I apologize if there's a lot of background noise. There are construction all around my house right now. I don't know what's going on, but so if you get some background noise, I apologize. I've tried to fix the microphone. Okay. I don't share this with many people, but I'll tell you, I have an entrepreneurial crush on Richard Branson. I just love his career trajectory, what happened, what he's created, and the way that he's done so many different things that appear to be unrelated. Um, and for those of you who don't know, Richard Branson is a high school dropout. He dropped out of school at age 16. School never worked for him because he has dyslexia. But at the time, of course, there was no recognition that dyslexia was a thing. And so everybody just thought he was dumb or poor in school. And he was actually told by a teacher, or maybe it was the headmaster of the school where he dropped out, that he would either be in prison or be a millionaire. But really, the underlying was he'd probably be in prison, right? So, and even though his parents were well off, he spent several years squatting in abandoned buildings in England while he got his first business off the ground. This was not a feathered nest in this case for him at all. And then he's done so many different things. People don't realize that he started life by running a newspaper, and he's had a music company, and he's had airlines, and he races sailboats, and he's got now a space travel company. And I think there was some clothing in there somewhere, like things that don't have anything to do with each other, right? Things that, how can you run a magazine and run a space company? And yet he goes and he follows his passion. Okay. So I am listening on audiobook to his book, The Virgin Way, right now. It's his book on leadership, which he says, I've never read a book on leadership, and now I'm writing one. Isn't that funny? But I'm listening to The Virgin Way on audiobook. And something struck me that wasn't even a big point he was making. It was sort of an aside. And he said, quote, "I'm not a betting man." This is what he said. Now, this struck me because if you look at his career and all of the different things he's done, you might think that everything's been a gamble for him. You might say, you bet all the time. How are you going to bet that buying airlines is going to make you money? How are you going to bet that you're, this newspaper, when you drop out of school, where you have a difficulty with writing, to become a writer, right? And so it's a crazy thing that crazy things that he's done that have seemed like gambles. And yet he says, I'm not a betting man. And here's why. Because he has developed this absolute trust in what his gut tells him. And if he knows that if his gut says, do this, it's not a gamble. It's not a bet. It's like a sure winner. So he doesn't look at his life, his career, the empires that he's built as gambles. He looks at them as sure things that he created. Now, why is this so interesting? Because somewhere in the way doctors are trained, we start to think that anything outside the box is a gamble, is a bet, is not a sure thing. And it goes even further. It means that we as people don't really think that our ideas are that are sure things, that we don't see the value of what we've got going on inside of us. And we don't see that working toward what our guts tell us, if we even still have a gut instinct, because most of us, our gut instincts have been totally turned off. But if we even have a gut instinct, we look at that as unsure, as a bet, as a gamble, and a bad gamble. We would rather take our time, effort, money, or something like that and put it into, a sure gamble, like the stock market. Gambling. I mean, it is. I mean, it's a gamble that everybody takes and it's a gamble that everyone does, but it is a gamble. It is a gamble, right? It's a betting game. So my question for you is, I guess, are you a good bet? Do you think that you are a good bet? And to take that one step further, do you think that you are even a bet, or are you a sure thing? Where are you Richard Branson saying, this isn't a bet at all. I'm not a bettor. I don't bet. I'm not a gambling man. When you think about doing something that you really want, you really desire, or do you think that your desires are risky, inherently risky, and not worth spending energy, time, uh, hopes, dreams, expectations, money, whatever it takes to make it happen? So are you a good bet, or are you a sure thing? All right, that's what I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back again soon. So I'll say bye for now, and let me